Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to see how to make the checkout page in our Laravel e-commerce. So previously we had made this cart page where you can increment and decrement the quantity and the price will change according to that. So when you remove a product also this will change. So now we are going to see how to make the checkout page. So let us go to the code for that, and first we will create a route. So before creating the route we will create the checkout controller. So I'll go and create a new terminal over here and say php artisan make controller, and we need it inside the front end folder. HTTP controllers, and inside the front end I need the checkout controller. So we will put the front end folder here because it will create inside the controllers by default. So inside that I need it inside the front end slash checkout controller. Hit enter and you can see controller created successfully. So now let me just make it small and close the terminal, and inside this middleware of auth we are going to create a new route. Say route get checkout. So here we are going to say the checkout controller class. The function name we are going to keep it as index. Copy that function name and go to your checkout controller. So make sure you have imported it over here guys. So you can see it's over here. So if it is not imported by default, you can just type this directory over here and write use, or you can use this shortcut over here, import class. So go to your checkout controller and create a function over here with the name index, which we have given in there in the routes. So we are not passing any parameters for this, and here let us say return view, and in the front end folder dot checkout, copy the page name, give semicolon over here. So inside our resources views front end we are going to create a new file called checkout.blade.php. Hit enter. So I'll just copy the layout from the index page, copy and paste, close this section over here. So the title for this is going to be checkout, and the content we will have two sections over here. One will be in this part, that is the order details form. So the first name, last name, the email and the address will be over here, and the right side we will have the order details, the products and the total price and payments. So we'll create that. D7, and here we'll have a card body, and say h6 tag. This is the basic details. Here's a called md5 dot card body. Here we're going to say order details. So let us check the output. So we'll go to the cart page, and here in this proceed to checkout button we are going to link this. So make this button as a tag and say href is going to be URL of the checkout. So go to your browser and refresh. So click on this proceed to checkout and it will take you to the checkout page, and here you can see we have got basic details and order details. So let us just give a padding to the top, padding or margin you can give. Go to your checkout, and here in this container I'm going to say margin top 5 and refresh. Okay, so here we will add the input fields. So I have made a list of that, what all will be the first name, last name, email, phone, address, city, and these things. So let me just make the input tags for that. control and the placeholder and say enter first name. On that we are going to give a label for the first name, say first name. Save and let us check the output. It looks too big. We'll just reduce the size with CSS. I will just finish this thing and get back. I'll just finish this design. So I just finished this design, guys. I have added a class over here, checkout form, and in the custom.css I have given the label size as 12 pixel and the input tag, the input size as 14 pixel. Okay, save and I'll show you the output. So this is our form, and here in the order details we are going to show the cart items and their price and the total price over here. So for that we will go back to the controller, and here first you have to get the cart items. Let us say cart items is equal to the cart model, where the ID, the user ID is equal to the authenticated user's ID. And say get. Save, and here we have got all the cart items over here, and in the compact function we will just pass that name cart items without copying the dollar. Just paste it over here, save, go to your front end checkout. This is for the form, and I'm going in the order details, say HR, and here we will put this in the h6 tag. Say for each, here give the variable name, that is the cart items. You can just copy it from here, copy and paste cart items as item, and we are going to display it dollar item of title, or the name we have, right? So in the cart we have product ID. So let us take with the relationship. If you don't remember, I'll just show you once. Here in your models, it is here in your models cart, we had made the products relationship, so you can get the product name from there. So let me say item of products of name. Okay, so it will loop through that. Let us just check, refresh. And there's some issue, auth not found. Okay, we need to import that. Say import class, so it has been added over here. Let us refresh and check. You got it, Redmi K20 Pro, and the headphones, 2 product is over here. So in the checkout blade, just make a table over here, table.table, and if you need you can keep the table heading, or you can directly start with tbody, table row, so here let's say table data. We will have 3 data over here. One will be the product name, and one will be the quantity. Just say dollar item of QTY, or prod quantity, I guess it was prod QTY, and the last one we are going to show the price, so that we are going to show from the products table, product of selling price. Save, and let us check the output, refresh. Here it is, let us just add a class to this. Here table striped, so if you have multiple items, you are going to get like this background color to the alternate things. I will just add another product over here, add to cart. Okay, let us go to our cart and check. Now proceed to checkout. You can see you are getting like this. So if you need, you can make a border for this, like this, table bordered. Save, refresh, you'll get it in this way. And we will just add the header also, so it's clear what are these things. Your T body, before the T body, that's the T head to be table row, table heading. It's going to be the name, QTY, and the price. Refresh, and it's clear. So here we will add the one edge horizontal row and the place your order button over here. So after the table body, after the table itself, we'll say HR and create a button over here, tn.btn, place order, btn primary, refresh. Let us keep in the right side, so let me say float end, refresh. Okay, yeah, so place order. So once you click, these things will be validated over here, and these products we are going to store it in the thing, in the orders table. So before that, when you place your order next time, so we need these things to be auto-filled, right? So we need to store this address in the users table. So in the users table, you can see the structure and this thing. We have only the name and the email column over here, which is used here. So let us just edit this thing and add all these columns. So fname, we are going to use this name column. So do not edit this, guys. So if you make it fname, few functions where we use the auth of name, right? So there it may throw an error. So we are not going to edit this. So say add how many columns we require. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So say add 8 columns after the password. Go. This is going to be the L name, L name is going to be varchar, length will be 191, and then the email is there already, phone and address. Say phone, you can keep varchar because it might have the country code also. 191, address 1, it's going to be varchar 191, address 2, and then we have the city, state, country and pin code. City varchar 191, state and pin code varchar 191, and let me click save. So here we don't require anything as nullable, so we need everything is required, so I have not given anything as nullable. Okay, go to your structure, and you can see we have added these columns here. So in the next video we will see when we place the order, right? So if it is the first time user is filling his details, we are going to store it in the users table as well as the orders table. So from the next time when the user is ordering, this data will be pre-filled over here, the address and all from the user table. If the user want to put a new address over here, he can remove that and add his new address, and that will be only applicable for that particular order. So that's it in this video, guys. In the next video we are going to see how to make this place order system. So thank you for watching this video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you once again.